Okay, we give you 20 seconds. Exactly. 20 seconds of unfettered epidemic sound instrumental. Yeah, this is a Simulcast across 3 social networks. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitter Live, now called X. So, let me just say hello. You can see my little setup here. There's Jimmy. He got like a profile mini. This is my little studio right here. I have a 60-inch table by 48-inch. I drew a with hold on a minute. Oops, sorry. Just bang my head into the boom bang. You see this blue tape? Oh yeah. I put blue tape all the way across the 24-inch line. 48 divided by 2 is 24. That side of the table is Marilyn. This side is Jimmy. So I set up this little cocoon, or whatever we want to call it. And so I got a MacBook Pro, and I set up all these other devices are old iPads, which I decided to keep because they were going to give me, they're going to give me $189 for an iPad that I paid $1,000 for. I don't think so. So I kept all my old iPads, and I have that one running, the current news. That's sitting over there. So, there we go, something like that. Gotta get this camera. There we go. So you can see. There you go. There's Jimmy. I'm sitting there. I got my headphones on. My Sony baloney headphones. The best money can buy. There's an iPad back here running the actual time. And for some reason or other, well, it's on like, hold on a minute, let me. There we go. There we can see the time in purple. That is the actual time, right there. That is Eastern Standard Time. We're not on daylight anymore. Now, up in front, it's not a high priority issue, but there's a bill that has been sitting on the senator's desk for like 6 or 7 years to change Florida so the entire peninsula is on the same time zone. You go halfway across the panhandle and you end up in Central Daylight Time, and this side of the Florida is on Eastern Standard. Come on. And we want to be on daylight savings time all the time. Forget this clock forward, clock back, fall forward, Come on, just keep it the same all the time. All right. No one has decided to take up that bill. It was actually stimulated by, Marco Rubio and others. Yeah. There we go. So I got, see, I got this is my main iPad, as opposed, this is the most current iPad. there are times where I take this equipment and there's a company in Tampa, Florida. We lived in Tampa for 10 years, from 1980 to 1990. I moved to Boca Raton in May of 90. I had also a job at the FDIC, I believe, in Dallas, Texas. They offered me a job on Friday night. Friday evening, they called me on the phone. They said, Jimmy, we'd like you to be... Now, they invited me to Dallas, in the top floor of one of their buildings. And I met with the personnel person and this person and that person. There were like 3 or 4 interviews. I tried to behave myself. Marilyn says, don't talk about religion, or current events. Don't tell them you're a Republican, my God. I said, Marilyn, please. I wouldn't do that. Yeah. So, anyway, after those interviews, I apparently passed the interview test. They already had my resume and stuff. The SF-171 form, if I remember correctly. When you're in the government, you got to remember all these form numbers. And you have to remember all the statutes, Yeah. I was a statute guy, oh yeah. There was a time where we owned a bank called Southern Security Bank. And we sold it, the big fish eats the little fish. I decided to take my $1 million parachute and jump out of the plane. Yeah. I should have stayed in there, actually. Hindsight being 20/20 as it is. Hindsight is very accurate. Should have passed left. Pass right, pass left. Oh, geez. Yeah. Easy for you to say. Looking back at the films on Monday morning. All these football geniuses Monday morning, oh yeah. But when you're on the field of play and you have to do all the magic that you have to do, yep, it's busy. Oh gosh. We had a delightful dinner last night with our best friends in Boca Raton, William and Elaine. I had a great dinner, oh my God, at Mia Rosebud. Yeah, Chicago gentleman has Boca Raton, and he decided he wanted to build a restaurant. He turned down epidemic a little bit. Can't hear myself think, whatever that means. Whoop! There we go. It's the 14th. So I checked my little system here, and this wire goes around, spins around, and ends up being plugged into the ports over here. And it's supposed to be for another camera. I'm allowed to have like 4 cameras in addition to this main camera right over here, which kind of shines a light on what's going on. So you can see right over here, see this? 9:47, 9:51, 52, 53. That is the elapsed time that I have been talking to you. Yep, 10 minutes, exactly. We're connected. The internet is behaving today. I can do it. Oh, yeah, it's better to do it here so that way you can see it. Yeah, that button right there. There you see. And hit the the go button. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the whole thing there. Wow, look at that. The upload speed of 623 megabits per second. And the upload speed, that's the download speed, and the upload speed of 64.7. I need 10, and it's 64, so, yeah, that's million bits per second. I need 10 million bits per second to execute this show, if you will. And we can just hide that for the time being. So you can see the other. I have my finger. I touch it on there, and I can shake it, and then you see it over on the display over here. And the reason why I have this set up this way, there's always a reason, Code. There's always a reason. So, Blue Horizon, a Jeff Bezos space company, kind of competing, if you will, with SpaceX, although they're far behind. They did something yesterday, which their people were jumping up and down. They had cameras with the, it's such copycat stuff. It's unbelievable. And SpaceX has, oh boy, they're just so far ahead of what. But anyway, Blue Horizon blasted off their rocket. There it is. Let's go in the right direction. I'm showing it to you, I think. Yeah. We need to just zip over here a little bit so you can see. There we go. Resize this so you can see the whole picture. So liftoff at about 4 p.m. yesterday. The P word. There you go. There's the thing, and this thing tilts back about 15 degrees. Where did they get that from? Yeah, SpaceX. I guess you see this big thing right here? That is that's the SpaceX tower. They're on pad 39A. I recognized it. How many people recognize pad 39A? Well, I do. Yes, I do. There it is. So it took off. This is T plus 7 seconds. And it lifted off, like 20, 30, 40 feet. The engine there is blasting like crazy. And there it is. There's a close-up of the 7 engines. I don't know if there's some kind of engines. I don't know whose they are. Anyway, they've been working on it. It burns liquid oxygen and hydrogen. That's the fuel. Hydrogen, and guess what? H plus O equals HO2. Yeah. But when it's in a rocket engine, it produces a lot. It burns like crazy, yeah. Hydrogen is very explosive. It doesn't burn by itself. It needs oxygen. And what's the oxidizer in there is oxygen. The fuel is hydrogen. SpaceX uses methane, liquid methane, and liquid oxygen because you can make methane and compress it into a liquid on Mars. Where lots of luck trying to create hydrogen gas on Mars. Anyway, here it is. It's blasting off. You can see. I think it's a 3-stage above that black stripe right in the middle. That one right there. Yeah. That's the separation between the top part and the booster. The booster is this piece. So it's heading downrange. You know, the engines have gimbals, so they, can steer the ship, so to speak. These are screen images I captured yesterday afternoon. It's current events. That's yesterday afternoon. Oh, look at there's my, oops. Oh, jeez, lost it. And my boy cat was, there it is. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. It's out of the view. Oh, well. My boy cat looks like a little lion, yeah. He's got a lion face. There you go. This is the booster. There's the boost back burn. They call it something else, of course, but they're copying SpaceX. But they did a good job on it, because here it comes in. Look, here's all the legs and the single engine, and it's getting to land right there on this ship that is positioned out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, I believe about 300 miles offshore. About 7 minutes into flight, the booster has landed itself on a geosynchronous platform out there in the middle of the Atlantic. And it did it successfully. So this is the first launch and a landing of the booster in the history of Jeff Bezos. All right, little current events. So what I've done here, see, is I have a whole bunch of pictures that give me suggestions on what I should talk about. You know, last night Bill says, well, what do you talk about? I said, have you listened to some of my show? He says, I have. He says, you really do a pretty good job. Well, thank you, sir. I look for feedback. Oh, yeah. Give me the feedback. I'll eat it. Yeah, I like feedback. It was positive feedback. That's always nice. So, on occasion, I have some of my best friends listen to me. Yippity-yappeting here on broadcast radio, Free Europe. Yeah, this is the Simulcast. You can see the ticker tape on the top. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9:05 a.m. I was 10 minutes late today. Yeah, internet providing. Yeah, we broadcast from our studio downtown here, 8 floors above Chops, in our studio downtown. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitter, X Live. Oops, I just lost. Facebook just took a little pause. So we're going to continue anyway. Here, I was bragging about Facebook and they copped out. But they'll pop back in. I've heard them coming back in on occasion. I don't think I can control that. But anyway, Facebook, you come, they go. Yeah. So I got the other 2 channels that are broadcasting. It's a good, it's like a highway, They jump in, they jump out. Be careful. So these pictures give me suggestions or hints on what to talk about. Oh, look who's here. We all recognize this guy. Oh, my God. He's got his notebook and bold. He turns the pages. Yeah, yes. He's got some things to remind him what to talk about, too. It's not just Jimmy. Trump faces heat from MAGA base. MAGA is that's his thing, you know. Make America great again. So he has his Make America Great Again base on his America First agenda. And there's Trump faces heat from MAGA on the Epstein file thing. Of course, you know the Democrats, they're all, oh yeah, we want to get the Epstein files out there to see if we got any dirty pictures of Trump with, you know, underage girls. Oh yeah, oh my God, would they love that? They would be all over that like stink on you know what. Yes, but they're not going to get it because, you know, he kind of broke, you know, when he has his private jet flying back and forth to this island paradise. It was sometime reported that Bill Clinton had like 26 trips over on this. He had his favorite girlfriends over there. Well, you know who he was married to. No wonder he was flying, you know, for some freedom. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm sure Hillary was, I bet she was fun to wake up to in the morning. Yeah, oh gosh. Who was that? Scary. Yeah, put your face on, please. Here's a little mouthwash while you're at it, you know. Let me get out of here. Yeah, oh gosh. Yeah, anyway, so there's, he's, you know, the Epstein files. They're looking for this little black book with his name in it. Well, there ain't a little black book. It's all technology. Everything's in iPads, iPhones, shoulder pads, you know. And maybe they had someone hammering. Maybe they got some advice of Hillary on how to hammer the phones with a sledgehammer. Hear these phone devices during the Hillary investigation thing, you know? And instead of you know, all your phones and iPads were subpoenaed. Turn them over, you know, because of potential indictments and all that. So she goes out back and hands all her devices over to some guy. She says, hammer these. You got a hammer? Start beating on these guys. So they got all beat up, you know. Then they put all the pieces in a bag and send them over to Congress. I mean, how, oh, God, the arrogance of these people. So what? Congress gives you a subpoena. Yeah, just beat them up. Send them some, you know, chopped up iPhones and iPads. The Democratic National Committee also had to unlock their servers so that the congressional committees could inspect their emails. You know what the password was? Password. Now, how stupid is that? The password was PASSWORD. Now, I mean, really, give me a break. That's actually true. The technology guys at Democratic National Committee were not on the ball. Yeah. I go to, I have an app here. Down here in the lower corner, you see New York Post. I can press that button, and here we are. New York Post. And then I go down here over the left side of this menu, Oh, you can't see it. It's a crazy thing here. All right, let's see if we can. All right. Boing. That's. We got this skinny view. Bars or Morse? Oh, really? They don't like the guy? Mundami? Oh, yeah, he wants to get rid of the police and have social workers go over there and calm everybody down. You have lots of luck. There's a police farce. Yep. So you got Mundami, and he plans to replace NYPD cops with safety workers. They're going to show up and have a conversation with these guys that have a shootout in the OK Corral. Oh, yeah, they'll kill a few of those off, and that'll be the end of that. Hey, police, give me some protection. Don't you mind? Yeah, oh, gosh. That's unbelievable. All right, what's going on here? Whoop. Get rid of the... There we go, that's better. I just want to give you the clearest view possible so you can see my suggestion items along with myself. Yeah. Me, myself, and I. There are three of us that are running the studio right here. Me, myself. Me is doing the talking. And then we have myself, who is the lead engineer, who has put all this stuff together, wire by wire. Oh, yeah, it's not easy being the engineer. The electrical engineer, the sound engineer, the lighting engineer, the camera engineer. You know, they got separate people that do these little jobs. They're big jobs, actually, in the networks. But Jimmy's doing it all himself. I'd love to have a person over there. James, change the channel. Would you get me my files on the... No. I got no one getting files from me. I do my own files. We're doing JPEG files. Yeah, look at that. There's... These are covers. See right here? This is the cup. Oh boy, my fingers are having flashbacks here. And it says November 14th up on the top, right below the flag. Friday, November 14th. Yes, sir. It's going to be sunny and partly cloudy, 43 degrees. If I read that correctly. Yeah. So, police farce. Yeah, Zoe plans to replace NYPD cops with safety workers. It's already failing. Well, of course, they're getting shot at and they don't have guns. Yeah, you need... There we go, pilot program that had the community safety workers answering the 911 calls rather than the police department with the police. One of Mayor-elect's key didn't work. Yep. 60% of the calls being too dangerous to send a safety worker over. 60% of the calls. They get like 600 a night, right? That's like 400 of them are too dangerous to show up with a safety worker. Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's not going to work. Every one of his platforms is a joke. The sad part, you read all the articles, and, I'm kind of an analytical pain in the butt. I can be. When we have dinner, we have fun, but, during the day, you got to pound some of these points across. What the heck? Someone's got to do it. So I listen and hear what's going on, and Zoe's plans are not going to work. The socialist network. You got all these guys that talk about this, talk about that. There you go. Here's another sidebar. Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani. Ramadammy. It's going to take me a year and a half to figure out how to say his name right without, I probably won't shake his hand, so I'll just say Mr. Mayor. That's the safest thing. Your Honor, how about that? Your Honor, how are you today? Yeah, let's do that. Forget about trying to pronounce his name. Zoran Mamdani. That's how it is. You try to do that quickly, 3 times. The Chief of Staff, Ellie Bigzard Church, hyphenated name, above right. There she is the architect of pushing out New York Police Department. New York City's a big city. It covers, not that many acres, but there are 9 million people all piled up in these tall buildings. Yeah, I mean, it's a very well organized city. The planning of the city is quite spectacular. 20 years ago, 15, 20, 25 years ago, time flies, lose track of a lot of years ago. We traveled to the city often, have dinner in La Cirque. Oh yeah, that's one of New York's top 5-star restaurants, La Cirque. Yeah, I went there. They had lobster, whatever. Yeah, with my majority partner, Curtis Crenshaw. The name of the company was South Coast Partners. And my good friend over here, what is he? Limited or something. I don't know. You got 2 different guys separated by 150 miles of Florida turf, and they both have companies that have South Coast in their name. Yeah. Crazy world, huh? The guy over in Tampa, it was South Coast Inc. And over here was South Coast LLC, I think. I'm trying to think of the exact technical name. Anyway, when you build your projects, you name them something else. We were shopping center developers. So I was about a 1/3 partner, and another fella that handled some of the leasing, the local leases. He had like 10%, and then Crenshaw had everything else. He was about a 55% partner, and we had like 45%. 35 and 10, yeah. That's about how it added up. This gentleman did the local leasing, and we did the anchor tenant leasing, for 104,000 square foot shopping center, which is, sitting on 14 acres, approximately. And on there is a 55,000 square foot Publix. And they're a tenant. We're the owners, and Publix is the tenant. They paid $5.95 a square foot, in 1995, let's say. lease was signed, a year in advance of actually starting the center. It took, once we had that lease signed, and it took a few months to get the financing in place, and then it takes a while to get the contractors agreements signed up, and then you qualify to get financing from the bank. And Marine Midland Bank was our bank because I had people up there I knew, because I sold them a lot of participations in very good loans that I made at Royal Trust Bank, which is today the Royal Bank of Canada. All the big fish eat the little fish in the bank. So with a lot of gobbling going down, the remnants of Royal, I was told by somebody that was up in Canada that they still remember old Jimmy. Yeah, which is nice to, it's amazing my name is even brought up. Being like 20 years ago or more at Royal Trust. But now you tell me. Where were you when I needed you? Anyway, so we had a good relationship with Marine Midland Bank. And New York City is beginning to understand the difference between running for office and being in office. So you're going to have a mayor that's going to be ruining New York City as he tries out all his goofball programs. Like he's going to have the city is going to have like 8 or 9 specialty run grocery stores with really cheap stuff in there. Oh, really? How are they going to do that? You're going to eliminate the middleman, are you? Yeah, where'll they find out what happens? The Socialist Network. Yeah. He's running against Cuomo. And Cuomo was, who's the former governor that had to resign in disgrace because, the way he handled the pandemic, people didn't realize this virus was going to attack the elderly, of all things. The young people never really, not never, but often, most times, didn't catch the virus. But when the elderly got the virus, it choked them up, and they put on respirators and they ended up dropping dead. They couldn't tolerate all this mucus that ended up in their lungs. I'm sure I had it twice, 2 or 3 times. Just did, Sudafed, doxycycline. Hey, there's our Secretary of State up there. He's hot stuff. He is our Secretary of State. Yeah, there's the mission to Mars taking off. That was quite a feat for Blue Origin. From Cape Canaveral, Pad 39A, which is pretty much owned by SpaceX. So they use the SpaceX site. They have a lease on Pad 39A. And apparently SpaceX allowed Blue Origin to launch his ship from Pad 39A. Now they got to clean up. And one of those things takes off, it moves around a lot of dust and dirt. It's, you got 3.5 million pounds of thrust shooting down on that launch pad thing that was specifically tailored for their rocket ship. Because every ship has got their own design, right? Big blue busts. Yep, you got the far left calls for Schumer. Yep. Schumer's gotta go. The Dems shut down the fiasco. I like to print the covers. You know, I can put them on screen here. Jersey boy, jihadist. Yeah, okay, what does this have to say? Milo Sadarat. I mean, these names are like, crazy names. 19-year-old children of privilege. In leafy Montclair, New Jersey. I guess I'll have to read something. I don't know how I'm going to read it. I don't actually have the paper, I just have the cover. It's about a 20 or 30 page booklet. You know, and it's like 14 inches by 14 inches. And 14 by 16, or I don't know, it's almost square. You can see the aspect ratio of these covers. This is the actual imaging provided by New York Post of the cover. This is November 7th. This is November 11th. 12th. And 14. What happened to 13? 7. This is 6. This is November 4th. Keep the commie out. Yeah, there's our buddy Cuomo. Yeah. The editorial there was "Hold your nose and vote." There, hold your nose and vote Cuomo. Yeah, this guy is a former governor of New York State. Hold your nose and vote for Cuomo. Cuomo wasn't the best candidate, you know. He's not everybody's favorite guy, you know, but he's there. So, all right, what else? No, thank you, ma'am, Dammy. Yeah. There's Barack Obama refuses to endorse Zoran Mamdani. Well, I'll be darned. Yep, he's the Democrat. There's Cuomo and Mamdani. There they are. Yeah, not so fast. These guys are very clever with their. He's trying to cop out on the whole situation. And the reason why you got this is because Adams unveils the plan to fund So this broadcast is like having coffee with Jimmy. Yeah, you can just settle back and relax and let Jimmy do the talking. Now you can send me text messages live here, and they'll pop up on my phone, and I'll keep your identity secret if that's what you desire. I don't really tell people. I don't really tell you all who contacts me one way or the other. Yeah, certain things you got to keep secret. My son Brennan sent over some pictures of the nice arrangement they have. There's Callaway. There's a Callaway bag display. Yeah. Apparently, if you win the tournament, Callaway has sponsored part or all the tournament, and they have their equipment on display. I'm sure the membership gets some Callaway stuff of their choice. But they set up this buffet situation. You can see those lights are like heat lamps. They get very hot. There's a little razor right there. And we come over to this table, and that's where they're going to make up, omelets and stuff like that. And then this guy's setting up, and this table is more hardcore stuff. You lift up those lids, and underneath is all kinds of stuff they prepared in the back room. And this is the main carving section right here. You have like a big rib roast. Yeah. Recently saved. Bingo. All right. There's the shots that Brennan took this morning. Look at that. Looking right out the window of where they're going to be seated. And Brennan, he's in the KP duty, kitchen police. And if we expand here, look what we see. The Boca Resort Tower, where they have all the hotel rooms. Yeah. We see it. We see the tower from the northeastern point of view. This is east-west. So this club is directly west of that tower. If you go on this side of the bushes, the other side of these houses, there's a road that runs straight through, and it'll take you right to the tower. There you go. Pretty nice view right there, huh? Yep. Okay. The stock market opened about 30 minutes ago. This is in pre-market activity. The Dow is down 797 points yesterday. They're getting a little nervous about what's going to happen in December. And some people say the market is, they're not going to drop their rates, and some people say they got to drop their rates. You know, so they got something to argue about. So this month will be October, November is usually pretty treacherous in the stock market. You better know what you're doing, or just don't do anything. Just dig in and don't do anything. It's at record highs. So if your stocks and you're profitable, you know, convert your stock into cash. You know, I like to recommend some companies, but you know, I don't want to do that. You got to be properly licensed to do that. Number two. So if you don't mind, I'm not going to recommend any stocks. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go online with the market, and we can see there's it's down another 549 points already. Holy crap. Is that possible? Crap. That's terrible. It's down 556. 556 and falling. Yeah. It opened at 47.1, and it is, you know, you can see it's just a little tiny graph over here. I don't think I can make it a whole chart. What if I double tap that? That's 1%, you know, but yesterday you had 1.5, and today you almost have 1.5. You know, sooner or later that adds up to be real money. Let's go to Tesla. So now the stock is down to 393. There was big discussion about it not dropping below 400. Well, it's continuing to drop even below 400. You know, from a statistical standpoint, I'm just going to discuss things, and then you decide, you know, whether you want to swallow what I'm saying. The problem I have with Tesla, and I don't have many problems with Tesla. We have a Tesla vehicle. It is spectacular. My God, what a thing of, I mean, someone should give that a prize as being, you know, it's the biggest selling vehicle this year, last year, and the year before. Of any vehicle, I mean, not just electric vehicles. It is the leading selling car, period, no matter what model. It just so happens to be electric, but it is the leading selling car. And I'm telling you, once you get in there, if you get in there and test, if you need a car, you know, let's have people that show up that actually need a car. if you need a car, because the one you're in is ready to turn it into the junk heap. Well, drive it into the Tesla dealer. You know, they don't have dealerships, but you can actually drop your car off there. Find out who's going on top of it. Yeah, we need to put those aside. We don't want to lose all these little drawings that the children did. So, if you look at Tesla from a technical standpoint, now there's a lot of things that Tesla's got up its sleeve, but selling at a price-earnings ratio of the PE ratio is 271. You can see it right there. P/E. That's price-earnings ratio. In other words, if you take the price of the stock, which is $395 now, and divide it by, 243, which is too much. We're having coffee with Jimmy. Just pretend. You're at Denny's. They give you a nice hot cup of coffee. And even before you sit down, Jimmy's already talking to somebody about something. Answering this question, that question. He's making statements, their questions. So, sit here. I was trying to explain spatchcocking. Let's look it up on our Funkin' Wagnall here. I can so with the iPad, it's in the neutral position, okay? I'm going to just put my finger in the middle of these. You don't want to touch these icons because it'll activate and start the program. So, like if I touch the N, Netflix starts. Then I can press the blue button here. There we go. That's for Marilyn. We have all our favorite shows saved on her thing. Anyway, we don't want to do that. So we come back to neutral again. Get rid of that. There we go. So between the icons, not on an icon, between the icon, just put your foot, your finger, your foot. You can do it with your foot, but it's easier to do it with your index finger. There you go. You can see it. Just put it in the middle of the screen and pull, and pull down. And then, all this stuff opens up. So we have, and we have suggested icons that you can pick. Yeah, health, stocks, New York Post, 9 to 5 Mac, photos. We're going to open up the stocks app. Yeah. So, Tesla's down to 392 now, with the price earnings ratio of 271. That's the problem. So there's Mr. Musk rubbing his head. Tesla stock sheds 10% in 2 days. As the Tesla rolls, the EV maker. Yeah, it went down 6 or 7% yesterday, and another couple of 3% today. Yeah, 6 something and 2 something leads about 10% in 2 days. Yes. The reason why the Tesla stock is priced so high in relation to its neighbors is because Tesla is a mishmash of a bunch of different companies all under one roof. It's got the energy piece that creates these stations, like in Western United States and also in Australia, for example. They have like 1 million, if I believe it, it's 1 million kilowatt station that has, 30, 40 acres worth of these black ribbed panels that are solar cells, and every 9 cells there's a what I call it strapped to the top of it. One of the new cells. So instead of calling on SpaceX to use some of its power, it's more convenient and more you could get a cigarette or something from the other. Yeah. 600 flights diverted today. Orlando, there's 51 flights, and it's going to take almost a week. U.S. government got funded yesterday. So by the time the news gets down, all the levels of ownership of things, there's a delay. You can't. You can step on the accelerator pedal and the brake pedal of a train. It has a typical brake pedal. It has 2 brake pedals actually. Yeah. So during the day, you want those. Yeah, let's not fall off the chair. Now let's get properly situated on this chair. We don't want to get too comfortable where we start. Anyway, that's the problem I have. You know, 100 PE ratio is plenty. Where is Tesla? There it is. So you have these different articles you can read. This Tesla. You know, here's. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's NVIDIA. NVDA. So it's down $1 today. So it's down $1, including my dollar I put in. See his PE ratio there. They make all kinds of silicon devices, which Trump is going to get in all kinds of silicon business. Bite me, Biden. Oh boy. They're still talking about Biden. Biden this and Biden that. Yeah, well. You try to keep the important parts that are in a spot at the table. I wouldn't do much else. I wouldn't cut it any deeper. Just, cut that 40, I think 45 K is what Tesla is reserving for it. They have 1.1. 1.1. Oops. You want to pull that trick? No. NVIDIA. If you touch anything, they want a little piece of your hide. So here's a whole list of them, Tesla, Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google. We go back to our photo album. There's a few things. No, that's the actual application. Get out of that. This is a photo right here. That shows the pre-market activity, which I did a screen image that I see up in the. That was the loss from yesterday. Today they apparently have more losses. Wow, look at all those. These are all the covers for. That's October 24th. The date. This is November 12th.
great question. I think for me, this is sort of like a sad moment that we live in a world where you're trying to do these to get viral clips. That's obviously this man's goal is he wants to go viral, he wants the attention, and he's doing anything he can to have this moment, which is a moment not in jail. It is a moment harassing people. So that's sort of the world we're in right now, though, right? Is that little 30-second little clip, that little soundbite to help you go viral on TikTok. It looks like he's broken a social contract that should allow him to do that at this point, and that he should absolutely not be free to venture out into the environment. So, Joe, DMC previously reacted to one how horrified some of these people are. They want to see headline like all back to the office budget. But Sarah Sandon had a great comment. She was like, "You want to create democracy? How badly do you want it?
Democrats, we're gonna fight like hell so we can save
Then we're in
democracy.
our pajamas. Speaking of pajamas.
Watching Captain Kangaroo from your couch. Look, COVID has been over for years. The work from home thing was created for that. Let me quote a former DNC staffer named Lauren Dillon. Here's what she said. She worked for the DNC for 10 years. I had no problem working and often going in 7 days a week when I was at the DNC for nearly a decade. I was happy to show up because I believe in life and Democrats. I also made, and this is the important point, amazing friends and learned from the best. You can't get that. Precisely.
Why do you think this is persisting? Yeah. Two thoughts. One, bosses. I had a great boss in my previous job who was saying, this was pre-COVID, who said, this is a privilege, not a right. If you don't want to be here, you know where the door is. And it didn't say it in an angry way, but just very matter-of-factly. We have a lot of people who want to work here. If you don't want to give them time, please feel free to find another job. So I think it's up to leadership, and I think the leadership is trying to hold some of these youngsters accountable. The flip side of that, this is like more in the private sector rather than into the politics, where I do think this needs to be more in person, because you get the water cooler, you get the natural run-ins, you get the mentorship. But Kevin O'Leary has been the one to change my mind on this. You are going to get the best employees wherever they are. He said that some of his best engineers are 85, for example. You have to allow a certain amount of freedom to work from
Okay, sports fans. It is 1 hour 42 minutes and 7 seconds. Yeah. Let's continue this tomorrow morning or whatever.
Absolutely, and I'm assuming you're referring to human.
Let's close that down and open it up again. There. Man, Danny. Yeah, they got him figured out. You know, people vote for him for the free stuff that he can't deliver. He cannot deliver on it. He rents a boat. You could put. STEM careers all across our country so that folks get interested in it.
Jose, thank you for being here. That's grand for all you do, and we'd love to have you back because it looks like America's on the march in space.
Absolutely, yes we are.
Thank you, Jose. Take care. Well, Martha, before we go here on Bill Hepper's birthday, I got to show you this video of a white-tailed bus going buck wild. The animal crashing through the front doors of not one, but two different houses. This was in Franklin, Tennessee. Police responded and eventually got the bus back into the woods. Thankfully, no one was hurt. I mean, two houses? A prisoner. What the fuck was up? It's like gets such attention. He's running across the street. I think he needs something. District Admiral says there's no learning in this semi-strict manual. Terry, this is the first time, guys. That's what we call today. But everyone is thanks for being here. Thanks for having me. Happy birthday to Bill Hepper. And Aaron Foster is next. See you soon.
I have had this conversation.
From the Biden presidency. Polls are showing people are worried about high prices of goods, services, and housing. And what's interesting, and we've got a special guest from Fox Business, is how much of that has been hanging around since that high inflation that was under Biden. We're going to
How's my blood sugar doing? 143 and stable.
I'm Terrence Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. Vice President Jake Vance addressed the issue with Sean
Time is at 9 a.m. this morning. You know what I had at 9 a.m. this morning? I had a little cup of pasta with some marinara sauce and the meatballs from Joseph's. Okay, sports fans. I think I'm gonna have an early lunch and partake in some internet mischief. I'm gonna go to I'll tell you what I like to watch on the internet. can't really show it here. Dragon City of Boca. See, I can come over here. Yep, watch these guys talk about what's going on. This is it. Let's go back to subscriptions. Yeah, bingo. Boing. There we go. But you can go up here and you can do these shorts.
And we'll get to her in a moment. Let's start with senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy. Peter.
Harris officials here have a lever to pull to try to quickly bring down the prices of everyday household items and everyday groceries. And the lever that they are pulling is to start exempting certain groceries from tariffs.
Now is the right time to release some of these items. Fred said he was going to release, and when you look at Southeast Asia and South America, that's where we get a lot of this stuff. The coffee, the cocoa, the bananas, those kinds of things. So this is a natural outgrowth of that. The president signal must be doing today.
That could help in the short term, and then in the long term, the White House wants to cut a bunch of red tape, especially the kind that holds up houses from being built, with the argument being that the current housing inventory has been flooded for several years with illegal immigrants. New houses plus deportations could free up a lot of existing homes and apartments, according to Vice President Vance.
So what we're doing is trying to make it easier to build houses, trying to make it easier to build factories and things like that so that people have good jobs. We're also getting all of those illegal aliens out of our country, and you're already seeing it start to pay some dividends.
President Trump doesn't have anything on his official public schedule until later on this evening, when we'll see him leaving the White House to jet down to Mar-a-Lago for the weekend. Harris.
Peter, thank you very much. Now, there are some mixed results for Americans' wallets since President Trump took office. Let's get into that a bit. So, on one side, eggs, crude oil, and 30-year mortgage rates have all seen a sizable drop. I mean, in some cases, look at that. 25.6% down for 30-year mortgages, right? And when you get to foods, 29.6% down, 25.6 when you get to crude oil. So it's interesting. Other prices for coffee, meat, and shelter have gone up. So if you look at that there, coffee is costing you more, meat is costing you more, and you know your housing is because you're living through this. So why is all of this? One Axios article is boiling it down this way. Inflation rates don't matter. Price levels do. And you cannot easily convince people your policies are working when they're paying 15% more for a hamburger or 20% more for a cup of coffee. Jackie DeAngelis, co-host of the Big Money Show. You know what? I want you to talk through that graphic a little bit, because I don't know if I exactly got it right, and I want to make sure the viewers get it.
Absolutely.
So what helps coffee, but it doesn't help eggs?
Well, what he's done is target certain things, and I'll start with oil prices. That brings the cost of everything
I was
down.
right in the middle of a return.
Energy that you use,
I got pulled away.
things around, which helps bring prices down on everyday goods that we use. On eggs, we targeted those specifically because they skyrocketed under the Biden administration, and so
My
we've seen
orders.
this big drop. And we've seen the drop in mortgage rates because interest rates now are on the trend downward, and so that is a positive sign. Coffee is a different story. We import most of our coffee from Brazil, so you've got a tariff issue there, but you also have weather issues and impacts on supply that are making that feel worse. So what is the president saying? He's saying, I'm going to look at coffee specifically, and I'm going to think about reducing the tariffs to balance that out for people. What I love about this chart is
One more option. Oh, yeah, right there, drop off. Confirm. What is this? Yeah, that's it right there. So, saying here, would you like to keep the item? And we'll refund you. In other words, don't return the item. And we'll give you $35. Oh, interesting. Let's check.
You know, we pulled back, we can really see the size of that crowd now, Garrett. So if you're narrating this, our live camera on the ground is able
Me Rosebud.
to see it too. I can see them zeroing in now. You mentioned local resources. Look, this is a sanctuary city. This is a sanctuary city. Are you saying that
Interesting suggestion.
authorities have targeted cooperation on the perimeter, but are they helping even more today?
We'll keep the item.
According to what we're looking at right now.
We are processing your refund. You don't need to return the item.
How many more people would you say are out there? Because when this looks pulled up, this looks like a crowd that was larger than it was 2 months ago. Because the nation watches this, you cannot miss the fact that people are willing to physically put their hands on immigration, custom, and enforcement agents. And you're talking about local law enforcement and SWAT being there as well. The line of the protect and serve being breached by citizens who think that this actually looks like free speech.
That's it. Simple as that.
This looks
Keep the item and get a 20% discount. How crazy is that?
We've seen a couple of those instances where when the police move in and try to back up these protesters, they don't want to leave the road and they start pushing back. And when you get a crowd this big, and initially before these police moved in, the police here were outnumbered, so they had to use more force than they would otherwise. And that's really where you start to see some of that violence escalate here, and that's where we saw.
That's it. I'm done with that. I guess if I return the item, I can get another. I can. I'll just stay with that for the time being. There you go. Boy, they keep banging away at those Epstein files. They're not gonna find Trump on anything. He's not stupid enough to do that.
Looking at a sanctuary area inside a sanctuary state. I want to bring in former acting ICE Director Jonathan Haney.
Trump officials, top officials present Trump with military options for Venezuela. Oh, yeah, you can be sure of that. Pete, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He's a serious character. Oh, yeah. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane. Raisin Kane. Remember that's his name? Yeah, boy. All right. They're tricking us. Okay, sports fans. You all have a good afternoon. It's 11:15 in the morning. And I got a little Diet Pepsi here this morning, huh? You hear that? Of course you do. That microphone hears everything. Yep. My blood sugar's in good shape. I had a marvelous dinner last night at Mia Rosebud. I had linguine with clams, and I ate the whole damn thing. It was so delicious I couldn't stop eating. You need 2 terrines of sauce. Yep. And 1 is not enough. You want that pasta and that nice clam sauce, you need enough clam sauce. Yeah, it leaves a little tiny, if you don't, it's like all dried out by the time you get to the halfway through your dinner. Say, where's the olives? So you just got to order 2 terrines. Or I'll say, There you go. There's the New York Post. We click this little doodad here. And then go to covers. Police farce. Yeah. Zoe plans to replace the NYPD with safety workers. See if that works. I don't think so. No. Oops. What's going on here? Yeah. All right. So listen, you all have a great day. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. I promise. Yeah. Early morning, maybe. See if I can get him real early. Bye-bye.